I don't know if I've mentioned before, but I love this bike. It's my Ducati Multistrada 1200S. 2011. It's a touring one, so it's got a few little bits extra for the touring guys of it, but other than that it's the same for all of the 1200Ss. In this episode what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the front brake fluid. I've already done the brake fluid at the rear, which can be a problem on this bike. The front brakes are not a problem other than there's a little bit of judder. So while I'm changing the fluid, which in the reservoir looks absolutely perfect, I'm going to take the calipers off. I'm going to give them a clean, a nice wash, check the pads and such like. I'm also going to check the bobbins on the discs themselves, because sometimes they can get just a little bit too dirty and can cause a problem, causing juddering sometimes, and put it all back together. The brakes work fine as it is. A little bit of judder I'm sure I can live with. If it cures it, that'll be brilliant. But having changed the brake fluid, I'll feel a lot more confident about that as well. If you're following the playlist, you will know that I've been going through the major love service on this. I've done the Desmos, I've done the belts, I've given it new spark plugs, which I perhaps didn't mention, air filter, oil filter, you name it. Going through every item that's the 24,000 miles or the 5 years that you're supposed to do. I'm going to use the Motul 660 racing fluid. I've got plenty left. Once you've opened brake fluid, you should really discard it after a month, so they say. I don't think anybody ever really does that, but I've only opened this a short while ago, so I might as well use some of it in the front, even though it's over spec at the moment. Put most of the tools I need close to hand. Most things you would have anyway, but the only extra I'm using is the vacuum pump for the brake bleeding, which I find really useful. Although, to be honest, if you just had one little tube and a bottle, you'd be absolutely fine. First thing to do is, let's take the top off the reservoir. None of those GIS screws on this, it's a straight Phillips 2. I thought it might be screwed on as well, but no, it's not. And the diaphragm has come with it. Make sure you don't drip onto your paintwork. To be honest, the fluid does look fine, but what I'm going to do is pump some of this through, then we'll have a go on the left caliper first. Before I start on the other side, what I will do though is I'll just make sure that the bleed nipple on this side, and let's see what size it is. I thought it'd be an 8, yes it is. So just make sure it'll come undone. Yeah, so I'm not going to leave it slack and just tighten it again, but just make sure that they're going to be okay. I'll check the bleed nipple on this side as well. I struggled to get off these caps. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pipe on here and pull through some of the fluid that's already in the reservoir, so I get it down to a reasonable amount. So, put that on first. I've put the thing together, put it in here so that it stays at least a bit upright. That's the right one for there. Give it a bit of vacuum. So that's the reservoir now drained down so that it's virtually completely down into the master cylinder, so I can top that up. And as you can see, not a lot of it came out, but it's equivalent. Next thing I'm going to do, having nipped that back up, just drop that down there, and I'm going to take these off. It's a 6. Rather than struggle, what I'll do, use something with a longer lever. There we go. I'm guessing these should come out reasonably easily. That's one. Got copperies on it, so that's a good sign that someone's took some care. Now before I pull this off, I'm going to find something to stand it on so that it takes a little bit of weight off this. Well, one has to laugh. I'm not taking the wheel off. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to push the pistons back that should push fluid back. Now I had intended to take them off, but as you can see, I'd have to take the wheel off, and I'm not going to do that for this. So I'm pushing back. I'll go and check and see how much fluid's come back. Having bled both sides through, I've now given a final top up to this. Make sure that the diaphragm is in place. And screw the lid back on. Give everything a wipe over with some clean water to make sure that I didn't get any brake fluid where I didn't want it. To be honest, I've been fairly clean doing this. You don't need to go mad tightening these, they're only tightening into plastic, just enough to keep them there. I always tend to leave my torquing until the end, and these torque to 45 Newton meters, and it does say put grease on them. The job is a good one. That's the front brakes cleaned, new fluid all the way through, and lever feels great. Need to go and give it a road test yet. You need to push the pistons back in the calipers because you don't want lots of the old fluid sitting there, and the bleed nipple is actually above them. So what I did was, instead of taking the wheel back, I did manage to push them both back against the disc. Might not have been perfect, but it worked. I'd recommend, if you can, take the front wheel out. Unfortunately, I haven't got a stand that I actually can do that with. Mostly because I haven't got a single-sided one for the back. I have actually got a couple of different stands for the front, but you can't do that on the centre stand of the bike. And I didn't want to risk it with something hanging on the back of the bike to hold it down. Anyway, that is virtually everything on my list to complete now on the service of this. If this has been useful to you, why not subscribe? Look at the playlist for this bike, and I'm sure there'll be some other things coming out on it in the future. But thank you very much for watching.
Notte giorno di torno girano